Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Boozer here. In today's video, I want to go over my Fire Knight Hard 10 team. I've been working on it for maybe the past week or so, trying to fine tune some things, and I feel pretty good about it right now. So I'm happy to share it with you guys, especially since the turn attack Fire Knight is just around the corner. So thought I'd share. If it helps you guys, then great. If not, hopefully it's entertaining. So let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, welcome back. So this is the team I'm talking about. I'm utilizing both my nuts here, as well as I got two Fat Man, and I got the Energizer Bunny in the lead. So the way this team works is you got Razovarg in the lead spot for the speed aura, which helps your team out because you need to go really fast against the stage 10 Fire Knight. You got the ally attacks to send in the two nuts, whose A1 will decrease the turn meter of the Fire Knight. And the bunny will be here for mainly for damage. There is two ways to kind of set up this boss fight. One, you have the two nuts using only their A1s. That way the turn meter of the boss would never go down. The other way is to have one of them use their max HP hit, which speeds up the run significantly, but it puts the team at risk. So the problem with this team is that there's no speed down. So in iterations that I've seen, nobody's run to Fat Man because he runs a four turn cooldown on his ally attack. And most people run your Carl because your Carl can bring the speed down. So I think speed down is not necessary. I find that this comp works very well as soon as I get to the boss. If I didn't use the A3 with the two nuts, it's more than enough to keep the turn meter down without speed down. The problem is if I start using the A3. So at that point it comes down to timing when nut uses the A3 max HP hit. So there's a lot of little details with this team. I've been trying to tweak around it, trying to work with something that works. So here's a team, here's the AI setup that I have. So the bunny opens with the speed up, accuracy up. Ferrican opens with the ally attack, Ferrican ally attack again. Nut opens with the AoE on the first one, and I want to save the second AoE for the second wave. The decreased attack on this is actually really useful, as well as the weaken. So weaken speeds up the wave clear. Because we don't have a defense down, like an AoE defense down. So it's really helpful. Wave 2 is where the problem wave is. There's that Riho Bone Spear that is there on the wave 2 that can one-shot our champions and bounces back the first debuff she gets. So she's a little bit annoying, and she's probably the main reason why this run would fail. So I've done a lot of extra work to try to work around her best I can. The best thing you can do is make your team really fast so that you can kind of get around to your abilities and keep her controlled. So I found that like the speeds that I have currently are kind of like the minimum that you kind of want. I have some area bonus from live arena, so that really helps. But so wave 2 I open with the speed up. This is a pretty good AoE hit, so I definitely want that up. Ferrican keeps the ally attack off. Same thing with the second one. Nut opens priority the AoE, and then OK using the bash hit. Same thing with the second nut. So the bash hit kind of just finishes off champions pretty well, and it's not a huge priority to have it on round 3. Okay, so on round 3, I have the bunny opening with the A1. The way the speeds are set up, the bunny will go before anybody else after the passive boosts him up, because then he gains speed up to 100. So he would be boosted up above everybody else on the team. So bunny goes first, and then Ferrican goes in with the ally attack. Everyone attacks, brings down the shield to I believe 8. Second Ferrican goes ally attack, will bring the shield fully down, and then the nuts will be connecting with the Fire Knight, bringing the turn meter down. You want the two nuts at the end of the team so that after the shield goes down, their hits count towards the turn meter. So I have one nut set up to use the bash, the A3 max hit, and I have one nut off the bash. So it's interesting. If I turn this off fully, this would probably be like a 95% run, depending if that Riho gets loose and kills somebody on my team. The other variation of this run uses, like I said, your Carl, who has an AoE freeze, which is really helpful against the wave 2, which kind of holds off the Riho and keeps your team a little bit safe. He also brings the speed down, which I feel is kind of needed because you don't have the double turn meter drop from the nut. So because I have the double turn meter reduction from the 2 nuts, I don't need to speed down, and against the boss it's very safe. But when you want to speed up the run, it's hard to watch them A1 the whole time, so it is a little bit painful. So I've been trying to work in the bash in if possible, but it does feel like the run gets a little bit dicier. But yeah, we'll go over a run, and then I'll try to walk through everything I'm trying to explain right now. So total stats, the bunny's 283. He's built in Savage Cruel, so he's built for damage. Got some decent damage stats. 287, he's got accuracy up on his move, so expect him to have decent accuracy to land. Ferrican, he's fast in I believe this one is just in, this one's actually in a shield set to protect our team from AoE hits from like the Venus or any other hit that comes in. Second Ferrican's in reflex, just fast. Again, accuracy is here. Nut, first nut is in savage. He's in savage. 350. 350 is what you want to kind of shoot for. And then this one's in, second nut's in relentless. And yeah. Okay, so let's hop into a run and see how it goes. All right, let's jump into it. All right, so crit damage buff. Everyone starts hitting a little bit harder. AoE comes down. Wish the AI was a little bit smarter, I guess. There's the bash. Lucky relentless hit. A lot of it is just trying to control some of these mobs. Okay. Sometimes the Venus gets loose. The way my team's set up there, it's even if I get hit once, there's no second hit, so we're safe. So AoE speed up. Okay, 2 AoEs. So here I feel like maybe this wave must have the 2 AoEs ready from the 2 nuts. That's kind of the only way we can kind of get through that second wave very cleanly. So that was pretty clean. A minute, usually a minute 5 to a minute 8. Okay. You see the double ally attacks. The 2 nuts go in at the end. First nut. Alright. There we go. Fully depleted. Beat up again. Can we get the defense down here? Yep, there's defense down. So at this point, if it's constantly A1 from the nuts, the Fire Knight would never get a turn. But it's because I set one of the nuts to have the max HP hit that this run might have some problems. So let's see what happens here. Okay, I mean this time we got lucky reflex proc, so we got the ally attack a bit faster. Honestly, Fat Man is probably not ideal, but gonna try to make it work here. You honestly want a 3-turn cooldown, and somebody that brings everybody in, so like Longbeard or Lanathro, Cardio. Those would probably be the best. Kreela might work, but I don't think she brings everyone in, and she brings in random people. Okay. Resisted. That's kind of really sucky. Need some more accuracy. All right. See, we get a bash. Do we get a bash? One more bash or no? No bash. Okay, about 3 minutes here. All right. So 3 minute run. My best is 224. I mean, I'm not sure what the percentage is. If I, like I said, if I set both of them to not use the max HP hit against the Fire Knight, the run would be about 4.5 minutes. But it would be pretty safe. It would be pretty safe. The only issue would be getting through that wave 2. And I think it has to be something to do with the AI settings. So let's jump back into this. So on round 1, you could run, yeah, they're both already so open and then off. Yeah, they're, if they both have the A2 available on wave 2, wave 2 becomes a lot smoother. So if wave 1 gets demolished too quickly, then wave 2 might be a problem. So ideally, both of them will have the A2 available to do more damage. But yeah, otherwise, if I set both the nuts to A1 only, it'll be a 4.5 minute run, but it'll be pretty safe. I'd say maybe like 90 something percent maybe, depending on wave 2, really. So I'll go over some of the gear here real quick. I mean, this team should work perfectly fine on like Fire Knight 6. We can do a quick run on Fire Knight 6 to show you guys. So Fire Knight 6 is basically the same as Fire Knight 10, except he's going to be a lot easier, a lot slower. He's Void Affinity as well. So let's see what happens here. Alright, same presets. So, same presets. Alright. Okay, yeah, I'll make sure to show the gear and the masteries after this run. I've seen some setups where you use A1 only on Nut, just to have extra turn meter control. I think that would probably slow down the run, but okay. Yeah, you see the 3 AoEs connecting with the weaken really speeds it up. A lot of damage coming out. Does this Venus get a turn? Nope, she won't. Of course, my champs can be more geared towards damage. Like my 2 fat guys, they don't have any damage, right? So Bunny always goes first into ally attack. Into ally attack. And in this Fire Knight, both nuts will connect past the shield, so the turn meter is fully down. Here, I would, if I wanted to do Fire Knight 6, I would probably turn the max HP on for both of the nuts. And I'll probably speed up the run quite a bit. Just because risk of fail is probably a lot less. The Fire Knight's slower. It takes less hits on the shield, so you're connecting more of the turn meter reduction. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty safe right now, I think. Let's see. There's the bash. Boom, boom, boom. Really speeds up the run. Yeah, I think maybe having one bash and one bash on, one bash off might be like the safest for 6. But this looks pretty safe. Gonna be about 3 minutes probably. If I get one more bash in, maybe. Actually, it looks really safe. So maybe I can turn both bashes on. See, like this guy's ally attack is going into no turn meter basically. I would probably turn both bashes on for Fire Knight 6. Maybe I'll farm Fire Knight 6 instead of 10 just for increased consistency. Yeah. With 2 bashes it might be sub 2, which is very reasonable, I think. Alright, so that's Fire Knight 6. And yeah, let's go over some of the champions. So the champions here, just show the gear real quick. So I got lethal gear. Can glyph up the accuracy a little bit. Masteries. These are the masteries. Giant Slayer. So Razovar is in damage, savage, cruel. He's got ascended boots just for some speed. I don't have any more speed glyphs, so that's as fast as he's going to be. I took Eagle Eye. That really helped against wave 2 on hard 10, just to keep some of those enemies hold their turn meter back a little bit so we don't get hit, especially against that Riho. This can be, basically mitigated if you guys have much faster champions. So maybe if Razovar was like 300 speed instead of 270, like you probably wouldn't need Evil Eye. But I have Evil Eye on basically all my champions except for I think one. So all my champions have Evil Eye to help with the turn meter. So this is my Relentless Nut. Accuracy is a little bit low as well. Maybe you can glyph it up. Yeah, I can glyph it up a little bit, but a little bit low. So here, same thing, Eagle Eye here and Giant Slayer. Okay, so Fat Man 1, Reflex. He's fast as I can make him. And then he's an Eagle Eye. It is helpful. So if you guys see the video, when he connects on his single target hit, it does take off a little bit of turn meter, which really helps. And yeah, he's fast. He's got some refresh going on. So definitely need that. And then my second Fat Man, he's in a shield set. It's not necessary, to be honest, because the team goes so fast that it runs through the shield set before the other enemies get a turn. So definitely could use something else. I was thinking maybe like Guardian to take some damage off of Razovar if that Riho ever breaks loose. But I think that Riho hits so hard that there's really no point in building any kind of mitigation on Razovar. So definitely could go for another set here. I mean, we could go for just pure speed, get this guy super fast, but I'm not really sure. I don't want to go aimlessly into just speed, because I can get him up to maybe 330 in a reasonable build without breaking crazy gear. But is there a point? I don't know what breakpoints are involved. Again, Evil Eye here, which is important. I don't even have masteries on him fully. But yeah, so that's going to be the team. Like I said, it's good. It's consistent if you use both A1s on the Nut against the Fire Knight. It's going to be much less consistent. I'm still working on full consistency for hard 10. There are, like I said, variants with Yakarl. They offer to speed down, and they use basically a similar setup with 2 ally attacks, Yakarl and Razovarg, and 1 Nut. I think you need some pretty good speeds, and then you need some I think 3 turn ally attacks. I haven't seen 2 Ferrikins, and I haven't seen 2 Nuts used. I know this team works. It just comes down to consistency. Maybe better stats might be able to do it, but this is what I've been able to do so far. If I feel it's a little bit unsafe, I can run it overnight. Since I won't have infinite energy, I'll run it overnight at 4 minutes a run and see how it does. And then if it proves not to be very good in terms of consistency, I'll run hard 6 at much faster clip. I don't have a problem with that. So yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the team, hopefully you guys enjoyed the runs, and maybe you guys learned something or at least was entertained. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. It's a tough dungeon, and it's hard to be 100% consistent, but we're all working towards it. Definitely work on your live arena medals. Try to get some extra stats into these teams. This dungeon is very demanding, as we know. There's only certain comps that can work against this guy. Nut definitely helps, but he's not the 100% answer that we were hoping for. But yeah, anyways, that's it for me, and see you guys in the next video.